Hey there, and welcome to our YouTube channel. Today together we will learn how to create a calculation form with our Survey Maker plugin. As you may know, calculation is a type of survey that measures a value based on users' input. With the Survey Maker plugin, you can create different kinds of calculation forms, such as, for example, calorie intake calculator, mortgage calculator, car loan calculation form, BMI calculator, tip calculator, and many more. Let's create a calculation form together. To create any of the calculation forms we have already mentioned, you will need the Survey Maker plugin agency package installed on your WordPress dashboard. As you can see, I have already installed and activated the Survey Maker plugin so as not to waste your time. Also, I have already created our calculation form. Today we will discuss a restaurant reservation calculation form, but it's just an example. You can choose your desired calculation form and create it with our Survey Maker plugin. Let's open the created calculation form to see the questions. Here is our calculation form. We can give a title to our form, let it be Restaurant Reservation Calculation Form. Then we scroll down a little bit. Here we can see two sections. The first one is for collecting personal data with the name, email, and phone question types. And we can pass on to the most important section, that is reservation questions. Here in the second section, we have used the calculation question type, with the help of which we can create a calculation survey. The first question is created with a date and time question type, and we can pass on to the next question, that is the number of guests. This question is created with the number question type, and here we can see that I have added an admin note for this question. The admin note is to mention that a price for one guest is $100. This question type will be used later in the calculation system. Here we need to pay attention to one important factor. We can click on the three dots to find the question ID. Each question ID matters in the calculation process, as we need to mention the IDs of the questions in a calculation formula. So these question IDs are not random numbers, they are used in a calculation system. So we can scroll down to the next question, which is do you have a seating preference? As you can see, there are two inputs for this question type. These inputs are displayed as we have enabled the calculation system for the survey. To enable the points for the survey, we need to click on this button. Also, we can enable the point system by scrolling up from this toggle. We scroll down back to our question. You can set any value and any points you prefer for the question. I have chosen to set 50 and 20 points for the answer options. That means if the survey taker chooses the first answer option, inside and private, 50 points will be summed up to the remaining points of the survey. By this, the survey taker, the person who does the reservation, will know that they will need to add $50 to sit in an inside private zone, and $20 if they want to sit outdoor. Here again, we need to pay attention to the question ID, as it will be used in a calculation formula. To find a question ID, again, we click on the three dots, and here we can find the ID. To copy the ID of the question, we just need to click here. We can scroll down to the next question, that is, do you have any special requests or requirements? This question is created with a checkbox multi-question type. That means the survey taker can choose more than one answer option. Again, as you can see, I have added points to the question answers. These points will be summed up during the survey, and the survey taker will see the result of how much money they need to pay for the reserved table. As it's a checkbox question type, the users can choose more than one answer options. That means all these points will be summed up during the survey. $10 will be summed up for the music, $20 for the cake, $30 for the extra table for bags, and $40 for the flowers on the table. And here we can find the ID of the question. And we have come up to the most important part of the survey, that is the calculation. Here together we will create a formula for our calculation. So we will choose to multiply the number of guests by 100. That means the price for each guest is $100. Then we will sum up the seating preference. And we will sum up the special requirements or requests. That means the calculation will work in this principle. Based on the user's answer, we will multiply the number of guests by 100. Then we will sum up the seating preference. In case of choosing the inside option, 50 points that meet $50 will be summed up to the calculation. And we sum up the special requirements or requests. As you can see here, the question IDs are displayed. As you can see, the question IDs are summed up and multiplied, so you will need to pay attention to this factor. So the question IDs are the most important part of the calculation process. By scrolling down, we will see the value prefix and value suffix options. As we are going to display the price with dollars, we add a $sign for the value prefix. And for the value suffix, you can add any text you prefer, for example, for reservation. By this, you will have the following view on a front end. You will have the $sign, then the price, and then the text you have written for the value suffix. As we are done with the settings configuration of the questions, we can go ahead. We scroll up and go to the Result Settings tab. We will need to use the thank you message option that is displayed at the end of the survey. As you can see, I have already added a media here. Also, I have chosen to use some message variables which are very important for this calculation form. At first, I have chosen the username message variable. The username message variable will be replaced by the name the user provides while passing the survey for the name question type. Then comes the thank you for the reservation part, and the next message variable I have used is the question value message variable. As you can already guess, I have added the question IDs for this message variable. The following question ID and the message variable is responsible to show the date and time. This message variable will be replaced by the date and time the survey taker provides while passing the survey for the date and time question type. And with the last step, we have chosen the calculation question type with the ID 301. Based on the user's answers, the following message variable will be replaced by the calculated value. To take the username message variable, we can click on this part. To take the question value message variable, we need to go to the General Settings page, Message Variables tab, and scroll down a little bit. Here we can see the question value message variable. We just need to copy it and paste it to the survey. As we have already configured all the settings of our calculation form, we can see our survey on the front end. For that, you can either copy the shortcode and paste it to your desired page or a post, or you can use the Create Post for Survey option from the Settings tab, and the system will create a post with the survey shortcode special for you. Let's check the survey on the front end. Now we will pass the survey to see the result. So today together we learned how to create a calculation form with our Survey Maker plugin. Restaurant reservation form is just an example of a great number of calculation forms you can create with our plugin. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell if you liked the video. Bye!